I'm sorry. I want to call off our engagement.
Are you okay? I'll call an ambulance.
You're awake! Thank goodness!
I woke up in a hospital bed with my fiancée, Sachi Tamura, peering at me. What in the world happened to me?
You were hit by a car. You've been unconscious for hours.
I see. Now that you mention it, I kind of remember.
And well, I need you to stay calm and listen. The doctor said your right leg might remain paralyzed.
Just as she said, even after 3 months in the hospital, my right leg showed no sign of moving. After receiving the settlement from the insurance company, just as I was about to be discharged.
I'm sorry. I want to call off our engagement.
Huh? I asked back, but I could clearly hear that Sachi had reached her limit. Sachi had been visiting me almost every day, but her expression had been getting gloomier as time went by. I understand. I won't stop you. I'm sorry things turned out this way. And just like that, at the age of 24, I, Koki Sugimoto, lost the mobility in my right leg and my fiancé. But the losses didn't stop there. With this leg, I can't do sales rounds anymore, so please let me resign. I was forced to quit my job in sales too. It was a shame because it was a rewarding job, and I actually had a pretty good track record. Starting over from zero. No, from below zero. After that, while going to the hospital for rehab, I started studying programming. I was always good with computers, so I figured I could make it work. If I could get a job in programming, I might be able to minimize my commute with a limp. It was a simple thought, but sure enough, I managed to get a job as a fully remote programmer. I have no practical experience, but I've been self-taught. I want to give it my all and learn the ropes. I thought it was a silver lining at the time, but... Nearly 3 years have passed since then. Working as a programmer was much more demanding than I expected, but being fully remote was irreplaceable. Phew, finally done for now. I should take a break. Come to think of it, I haven't eaten anything since this morning. 3 years of remote work had made me talk to myself more. I hadn't been in love since then either. Going to the convenience store is a chore in itself, so going on a date is nothing but a pipe dream. Grumbling to myself, with my cane in hand and my leg brace on, I headed out to the convenience store for dinner. Then, while I was walking under the drizzling sky, I heard the sound of tires skidding, followed immediately by a loud rattling vibration. I knew right away. It was the sound of a car slamming on the brakes and the ABS kicking in. An accident? It's close. My heart leaped as I remembered my own accident, but I quickly snapped out of it and tried to run toward the sound. No, I can't run anymore. Frustrated, I dragged my leg and hurried to the scene. When I got there, there was only a woman lying on the ground and a crying little girl. There was no car in sight. Are you okay? I'll call an ambulance. The woman was unconscious. I frantically called an ambulance while speaking to the little girl. Don't cry, it's gonna be okay. Can you tell me what happened?
Haruka tried to protect me and almost got hit by a car. And then the driver yelled at her and then she just collapsed.
Putting together the story from the little girl, Karen Mikashima, it didn't seem like the woman was actually hit. I ended up riding in the ambulance with them, and at the hospital, the doctor's explanation backed that up.
It's vasovagal syncope.
What is that?
The fear of nearly being in an accident caused her sympathetic nervous system to spike instantly, followed by an overreaction of the parasympathetic nervous system, which dropped her blood pressure. Her heart rate slowed down, reducing blood flow to her brain, which caused her to faint.
Is she gonna be okay?
I believe she'll be fine. She didn't make contact with the car, and it seems she didn't hit her head when she fainted. Just to be safe, we'll have her stay overnight for observation.
Karen only had a few scratches, and now she was clinging to me anxiously.
Hey, mister, is Haruka going to be okay?
The doctor said she'll be fine, so don't worry. A little while later, Karen's father, Yugo, rushed to the hospital with his wife.
Thank you so much for helping Karen and Haruka.
No, it's fine. I just happened to be passing by. According to Yugo, Haruka was his younger sister, making her Karen's aunt. Just in case, Yugo and I exchanged contact info.
Haruka and I will come by to thank you properly at a later date.
Then, a few days later, finally done. I worked hard again today. It's already 3 a.m., huh? Leaning back in my reclining chair and stretching, I looked at the clock and remembered something. Oh, right. Today's the day Yugo and the others said they would come by to thank me. Crap, I need to tidy up my room a bit. Rubbing my eyes, I started cleaning up the empty energy drink cans. When I came to, for some reason, I was lying in bed. In the corner of my eye, I saw a beautiful woman looking down at me with concern. Who are you?
I'm Haruka Mikashima, the one you helped. Yugo, Koki woke up.
I thought about making rice porridge, but I was surprised you didn't even have any rice. Here's some sweets we brought. Please help yourself. I borrowed your plates without asking. Sorry about that.
I felt a moment of deja vu earlier, but it was completely different. Unable to fully grasp the situation, I blinked in confusion. Why am I in bed? Did I cause you some kind of trouble? Hearing the story, this is apparently what happened. The Mikashima siblings had come to thank me and rang the doorbell, but there was no response.
Is he not home? Maybe something came up.
Yugo, the door is unlocked.
Seriously? But we shouldn't just go in, right?
They hesitated for a moment, but out of concern, they decided to go inside to check on me.
Koki is collapsed on the floor.
That's when they found me lying on the floor.
But what should we do? Oh, right, an ambulance. We have to call an ambulance.
Looking at the code displayed on my PC that was left on, Yugo said,
Wait, calm down, Haruka. He's probably just sleeping. He might have fallen asleep after finishing his work. Let's move him to the bed so he can rest.
And that's how we got to this point.
We're so sorry to intrude during such a busy time for you.
Yugo and Haruka bowed apologetically, but I felt even more apologetic since they helped me. No, actually, I don't have that much work right now.
But you passed out on the floor.
When it's really busy, it's normal for me not to sleep for about 3 days straight.
3 days? Isn't that beyond human limits?
It's fine. You just start seeing fairies flying around.
Fairies?
Sometimes there are tiny old men running across the floor too. Unlike the fairies, those guys don't help with work though.
You're seeing things you shouldn't be seeing.
Excuse me for asking, but do you always work like that?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm a second or third rate programmer, and I'm a slow worker, so it inevitably takes me a lot of time.
Even so, I can't believe your company allows such a ridiculous work style.
Actually, my manager said that sleeping more than 4 hours is a sign of weakness.
In this day and age, how toxic is your workplace? I'm a programmer too, but I don't work like that.
Well, I suppose it depends on the company.
Given the industry, it's true that it can get pretty toxic. But as a programmer, if you're making an amazing salary, maybe it makes sense?
Is that so? I had the impression that people who make a lot of money have more free time. I lack the skills, which is why I'm like this.
I'm sorry if this offends you, but can I ask exactly how much your salary is?
To my embarrassment, it's not even 250,000 yen a month.
That's quite low considering the industry and your workload. Do you get overtime pay?
It's a fixed overtime system, so I don't get any extra. It's definitely tough, but I'm just grateful they hired a mid-career guy with no experience. Plus, with my leg like this, even I realized that this work style was toxic. but the programming industry is known for being like that. I figured it wouldn't make much difference wherever I went. Given my skills, and with this leg, I was just grateful to be making a living wage.
Being humble is great, but if you keep working like this, it's going to cost you your health.
An awkward silence filled the room. Thinking I messed up, I was racking my brain for another topic when...
Koki, if you'd like, why don't you come work for my company?
Huh? Hearing those words as he looked me straight in the eye, and seeing Haruka light up at the great idea, my racing brain completely stopped. Apparently, Yugo ran a small systems company.
We're a small company, but I can definitely guarantee you better treatment than you're getting now.
I'm very grateful, but I have a disability, and I'm a slow worker.
Koki, what do you think this is?
Isn't it an earring?
It's a hearing aid. Actually, I have bilateral hearing loss.
Even though it must have been hard to talk about, Haruka casually revealed her disability with a smile. I was wide-eyed at her unexpected confession.
Having a disability doesn't matter. I really want to work with you, Koki.
I never even had the time to consider changing jobs, but I knew that continuing to work like this was going to be tough. Are you sure? You barely know me.
At the very least, we know you're a kind person. We're not asking you to decide right now. First, I'll email you our company's information and the terms, so...
No, please let me work for you. Was it reckless to agree without even looking at the company info? But at the very least, I knew they weren't the kind of people to deceive others. 2 months later, I had changed jobs to work at Yugo's company.
Wait, you're already done? You said you were a slow worker, but it's the exact opposite. You're about twice as productive as a normal programmer.
On the other side of the screen, Yugo's co-founder, Daisuke, was staring in wide-eyed disbelief. It seemed that working in a toxic environment meant I didn't even realize my own capabilities. Honestly, just fixing my sleep deprivation made me so much more efficient.
Koki, I finished checking the code you sent. It looks perfect.
And then, Haruka joined the call. She had volunteered to be my mentor.
You're way too fast. We're completely out of the tasks we had planned. Honestly, I don't think you even need a mentor. I feel like we should just treat you as an immediate asset.
I agree. Let's have him join the current project starting next week.
Yes, if you think I'm ready, I'll do my absolute best. Days like that continued for a while, and we finished the project way ahead of schedule.
Koki, great work! I've heard from Daisuke. He said you did an amazing job.
Oh, I didn't do anything that special. I just followed instructions.
Haruka was super excited too. Seeing her implementation speed was terrifyingly fast. So, thanks to you, we wrapped up the project early, and we're thinking of throwing a welcome party for you. Well, it'll also serve as a wrap party for the project, but how does a barbecue sound?
A barbecue party? But with my leg, I won't be much help.
That's completely fine. You're the guest of honor after all. But if you'd like, how about being in charge of skewering the food? I figured you could just sit in a chair and skewer the meat and veggies without straining your leg.
I see. I think I can definitely do that.
That's the spirit. Leave the rest of the prep to Daisuke and me. We're both big outdoor enthusiasts. Ask Haruka about the details for skewering. You'll be working with her on the day of the party, too.
After the call ended and my room grew quiet, I felt a strange sense of loneliness. Back at my old job, I used to feel relieved when a call ended. Skewering food with Haruka. I don't know why, but I'm actually really looking forward to it. I hadn't participated in any events since I got my disability, but I wasn't anxious at all. It's probably because I'd be with Yugo, Haruka, and the others. I really lucked out with meeting such wonderful people. The day of the barbecue. The sky was perfectly clear, making it a beautiful day to be outdoors. Haruka gave me a ride to the venue, and Yugo arrived with his family. His wife and Karen were helping him carry the equipment.
Koki, the meat and veggies are in here. Haruka, handle the skewering like you always do. Later on, Daisuke's girlfriend will come by to help, so you can do it together.
Well then, Haruka, please show me the ropes.
You don't need to be so formal about it. You just cut them into manageable pieces and skewer them.
Is there a specific order for skewering them?
It's up to you. But if you start with something heavy, like meat or corn, the skewer is more stable. Also, if you push the last ingredient down so the tip of the skewer sticks out, it cooks better in the center of the grill.
I see. It secures them nicely too. After we had been skewering for a while, Daisuke came over carrying a box of charcoal.
Hey, it's nice to finally meet you in person. This is my fiancée.
Just as Daisuke was about to introduce the woman behind him. Huh? Both the woman and I shouted at the same time. The person standing there was my ex-fiancée, Sachi Tamura.
Do you guys know each other?
He's the ex-boyfriend I was dating before I met you.
I see. It's a small world. But I guess these things happen.
Daisuke's eyes went wide for a moment, but he quickly returned to a positive expression and continued.
Well, I'm gonna start the fire with Yugo. So Sachi, could you help them with the skewers here?
Amidst the awkward atmosphere at the skewering table, Sachi picked up a skewer and looked at me.
Why are you here?
Her tone felt slightly different from the Sachi in my memory. I couldn't continue in sales because of my leg, so I became a programmer. After that, Yugo hired me.
That's not what I mean. Why are you showing up to an event like this when your leg is messed up?
Oh, I hesitated at first too, but Yugo strongly insisted I come.
Is he not allowed to come out if his leg is bad?
Haruka asked Sachi while forcefully stabbing a piece of meat onto a skewer.
Well, it's just a nuisance to everyone else, right? Just showing up when you can barely even help out. Everyone should just do what they can, shouldn't they? Besides, Koki is doing a great job as our skewering manager. Huh! That's not something a man should be doing.
Now that I think about it, Sachi was always fixated on gender roles. But man, she's starting to get on my nerves. Sachi, let's just stop. I'll refrain from coming next time, so can we just get along for now?
Wait, why are you apologizing? She's the one picking a fight. Picking a fight? I bet you secretly think he's a nuisance too, don't you? Of course I don't. If anything, the nuisance here is you. What? Why am I the nuisance? Oh, I get it. You two are a thing, aren't you? That's why you're protecting him? Ugh, give me a break. People who can't see reality are just... Listen here. Let me tell you something. Disabled people are a burden. Just by being around, they demand special treatment. You might be fine with it now, but if you ever think about marriage, you realize you can't handle it.
I thought she was dealing with it sincerely and genuinely worrying about my leg, but I was wrong. She didn't have that kind of heart at all. She broke up with me simply because she found me to be a burden. It's true that I caused you trouble, but please stop lumping all disabled people together like that. I know some people demand special treatment selfishly, but not everyone is like that. It's true that some people take the stance of, I'm disabled, so prioritize me, accommodate me. It's also true that sometimes people around them have to make accommodations, even if the disabled person doesn't ask for it. And I learned this when I became disabled myself. Knowing that you're forcing others to make accommodations for you is what makes it so painful.
You're his ex-fiancé, right? Did Koki really demand special treatment from you? To me, he seems like the exact opposite type of person. Then I guess he was just taking advantage of his fiancé, huh? He showed his true colors because he felt comfortable with me. Koki, doing the laundry is still too dangerous for you.
I remembered when Sachi and I were still engaged. She had come to visit me, and when I tried to do my laundry, she yelled that at me. You're exaggerating. It's just a little bit, so I'll be perfectly fine.
What if you fall over? I'll do it, so you just wait here.
I was trying to do as much as I could on my own, so I wouldn't be a burden. But maybe that ended up making Sachi worry about me even more. I really did cause you trouble. Sachi, I'm truly sorry.
Huh. Well, it doesn't matter now. Thanks to that, I met someone wonderful. Thanks to that? Isn't that insensitive? You make it sound like it's a good thing Koki got hurt.
Oh? I was just looking on the bright side for him. It should make him feel better knowing his bad leg brought some good into the world, right?
Ugh, you have no right to say that. I have a hearing impairment too. I was born with it. But if I had become deaf later in life, and my fiancé decided I was a burden and broke up with me because of it. And then to top it all off, if he said, "Thanks to you, I found someone amazing," I would just...
Haruka.
Huh? So you're disabled too? Then I guess you two are a perfect match. Isn't that great? You can lick each other's wounds and you found someone nice, so good for you.
Sachi. The only reason I can work at this company is because I had to switch from sales to programming because of my leg. So, would I never have met these people if it weren't for my leg? If I had kept working in sales, and maybe even married Sachi, then I don't know if I would have been walking under that drizzling sky in that exact place on that exact day. But if I heard the sound of ABS kicking in, I'm sure I would have gone to see what happened. And even if I had met Haruka there, would I consider Haruka's hearing loss, or any other disabled person, to be a nuisance?
Sachi, what are you doing?
While I was lost in my disorganized thoughts, Daisuke approached with a stern look on his face. It seemed they finished starting the fire, and near the grill, Yuga was also glaring in her direction.
Daisuke, no, it's nothing. We were just reminiscing about the past. Besides, look, don't you think I skewered these nicely? I'll give you all the ones I made.
What was that about disabled people? I heard you. You were saying some pretty awful things.
With other people around, she probably assumed her conversation couldn't be heard and let her guard down.
Disabled people demand special treatment just by existing? I won't deny that there are people like that. But that is absolutely not the case for these two. I've known Haruka since she was a kid, and she's always been a positive and credible person. I haven't known Koki for very long, but I know he's a humble, kind person who's considerate of others. To only view them through the label of being disabled, judge them by your own selfish standards, and treat them with disgust.
I'm sorry, I don't really know Haruka, so I went too far. But Daisuke, I know Koki better than you do. When we were dating, his true colors were definitely ugly. He used his disability as a shield to act all high and mighty, and ordered me around. I hated it, which is why I broke up with him.
Shut up! He was even hesitant to participate in this event. He was worried that because of his limitations, his participation would just be a burden on everyone else. I can't imagine a guy as considerate as Koki using his handicap as an excuse to order you around. Based on what you've said and how you've acted, it's far more believable that you're just lying.
That's so cruel!
The way you're playing the victim right now really shows your true character. You call disabled people a burden, but showing consideration is something we should naturally do for anyone. The only one being a burden and showing their ugly true colors here is you, and there's no way I could spend my future with someone like that.
Huh?
Our engagement is off. You're just getting in the way today, so get out of here right now!
Saying that, Daisuke bowed his head to us. Daisuke didn't do anything wrong, so Haruka and I accepted his apology with a smile and resumed our work. Shocked by Daisuke's declaration that their engagement was off, Sachi stood there stunned for a moment. Just then, Karen and her mom, having finished playing by the river, came over to get some skewers.
Haruka, mister, give me some meat.
Soothed by Karen's innocence, I smiled and handed her a paper plate with the skewers we made. Perhaps irritated by this sight, Sachi suddenly raised her voice.
Why do you look so calm? You ruined everything.
At that moment, Karen looked up at Sachi's face with a gasp. After a brief pause, Karen's eyes widened as if she remembered something, and she shouted,
It's the mean lady who yelled at us that day. Mean lady?
Sachi was about to say something when she suddenly gasped too.
You're that brat from before.
From before? I asked instinctively.
She jumped out in front of my car. It was so dangerous.
Her words made everything clear. The suspect of the traffic accident that had stalled an investigation due to Karen being the only witness. It was you! You were the hit-and-run driver.
Huh? Don't make it sound like a crime. I didn't hit anyone. I braked in time.
Even if there wasn't any physical contact, if your driving caused a pedestrian to collapse, it's considered a traffic accident. So by driving away, it became a hit-and-run.
Huh?
Your car has a dash cam, doesn't it? Showing that will give them all the proof they need. When we were dating, you really helped me out a lot. Regardless of what you thought, I'm truly sorry that my leg ruined our engagement. Earlier, I was thinking that if I hadn't hurt my leg, we might have just gotten married like that. But I think things wouldn't have worked out between us anyway. And thanks to my leg, I got to meet some truly wonderful people. Sachi, thank you for asking to break off the engagement. Thanks to you, my work and personal life are so much happier now. After that, Sachi reluctantly apologized to Karen and Haruka right there. She was taken to the police station and immediately got her license revoked for violating her duty to rescue, on top of having to pay a hefty fine.
You're wrong. I didn't cause an accident. I'm innocent.
Footage from right before and after an impact or sudden braking gets moved to a protected folder. In this case, the footage in that protected folder turned out to be the deciding evidence.
Not having a car is so inconvenient. The guy really paid back my kindness with betrayal.
Naturally, without her license, she had to change how she commuted. She rode a bike to the station and took the train to work from there.
Crap, I'm going to be late!
On this day, Sachi was about to miss the very last train she could take to make it to work on time. Even though she was completely used to her bike commute, she was still so filled with resentment toward me that she made a fatal error in judgment.
Oh crap, the light's changing! No, I can make it.
She ignored the flashing green light and tried to power through when...
Huh?
She crashed directly into a car that also assumed it could make the light without slowing down. Sachi was taken to the hospital unconscious and in critical condition. Miraculously, she barely survived, but was left with severe disabilities in her head and lower body. Meanwhile, after meeting all the employees at the barbecue, I found myself working even more freely and comfortably. It's already 5. I guess I'm finally getting used to finishing work on time. After a big stretch, I hesitated for a moment. I didn't have much time to overthink it. If I hesitated too long, she might head home. What should I do? Whatever. To sever my hesitation, I moved my mouse and started a call with Haruka.
Koki, great work today. Is something wrong?
Haruka, great work. Well, are you free this weekend? I managed to get a reservation at that popular Japanese restaurant. If you like, would you come with me? Haruka looked a little surprised, but then her expression suddenly softened.
You got a reservation there? I'd love to go with you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really looking forward to it.
That weekend, we went to the restaurant as promised.
Just as the review said, it's elegant but has a strong core. It's completely different flavor from traditional Japanese cuisine.
I agreed with her, but the truth was, I was so nervous I could barely even taste the food. Once we finished eating, I cut straight to the real reason I asked her out. Haruka, I really like you. If you're willing, would you please go out with me? Thanks to Yugo, Haruka, and the others, I had found the courage to fall in love again. There was a brief moment of hesitation, but then Haruka's smile blossomed like an opening flower.
I'm so happy. But are you sure? I have bilateral hearing loss.
Well, I have a limp. Is that a problem?
Not at all.
A disability doesn't steal away possibilities. It just tests the hearts of the people who see it. Precisely because we were two imperfect people, there was a future where we could support each other.
Ooh, Brittany here. I love this episode because most of you know, or don't, I have a personality disorder and it makes it really hard dating, living in general, but I have a lot of support and people who love me. And because of that, I'm here now. I have a full-time job. I'm pretty happy. So people are people no matter what has happened to them and all of that. So I love this episode. Please take a little bit of that away with you and just go give someone a hug. Hug from me. All right, bye.